Are you considering staying long-term in Thailand with your Thai partner? Well, the good news is that if you are, then there is a specific visa designed for that very purpose. In this video, we're going to go into detail about what most people refer to as the marriage visa for Thailand and what you'll need for a successful application. For those of you new to the channel, my name's Ben. I've been living in Thailand for around 8 years. And in that time, I've learned quite a bit about visas for Thailand, both from my own personal experience and also from friends who've been on a variety of different visas here. On this channel, I like to share what I've learned, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that I know about the visa commonly referred to as the marriage visa for Thailand. In this video, we're going to go over, first, what exactly the marriage visa is, then the requirements for the visa and the extension. We'll then go over the documents needed for a successful application of the visa and the extension, and that does come with a document checklist which will be available to download in PDF format from my website. Then we'll talk about the visa costs and financial rules before going over some warnings and considerations, then how to apply, and finally maintaining the marriage visas. Before going any further into this video, I would like to stress that visa requirements can and do change from time to time, and they also vary from region to region depending on where you are, what nationality you are, and where you'll be applying for the visa from. So make sure you check all this information with your local Thai embassy or immigration office. The first question we're going to discuss is, what exactly is the marriage visa? When people talk about the marriage visa for Thailand, what they are really referring to is the non-immigrant O visa that's been extended on the basis of being married to a Thai citizen. Technically, there's no official visa category called a marriage visa, but it's a term most people use, and honestly, it's less of a mouthful and easier to understand. In practice, this visa and extension allows you to stay in Thailand long term, as long as you meet the requirements and extend each year. So when someone says they're on the marriage visa, what they probably mean is that they're on the non-immigrant O visa that has been extended on the grounds of them being married to a Thai national. The non-immigrant O visa itself is a multi-purpose visa that can be granted for several reasons. Those reasons including retirement, medical treatment, and family reasons such as being married to a Thai citizen. For marriage purposes, it typically begins as a 90-day visa, which can then be extended at your local immigration office for 1 year, so long as you meet all the criteria. After your first extension, you can continue renewing the extension at the end of each year, provided that you still meet all the requirements and so long as immigration rules don't change. And that brings us nicely to the next section of this video, where we'll talk about the marriage visa requirements. For most people, when it comes to the marriage visa, there's two kind of distinct parts. There's the initial 90-day non-immigrant O visa, then the application of the annual extension. So for requirements, I'm also going to break that down into two parts. First, let's talk about the requirements for the initial application of the non-immigrant O visa. Then we'll talk about the requirements for extension. So let's begin with the requirements for application of the non-immigrant O visa. Once again, this is the visa that you'll most likely be applying for in your home country before you travel to Thailand at a Thai embassy. The information I'm about to share is based on the information I found on the website of the London Thai Embassy's website. Please bear in mind that requirements may change depending on where you are applying for your visa, but likely requirements for your application of the non-immigrant O visa include your passport or travel document, a photograph taken within the last 6 months, proof of current residence, for example, a utility bill showing your name and address. You're going to need financial evidence showing 40,000 Thai baht of monthly income or 400,000 Thai baht in savings. You'll need personal details of your family member in Thailand. That would be perhaps your Thai spouse's ID card or passport. And you'll need proof of relationship In the case of a marriage, that would be a marriage certificate. Some embassies may request additional documents such as bank statements, criminal background checks, or extra proof of relationship. So always check the specific requirements of the embassy where you'll be applying for. Once again, that list was of the requirements for the application of the initial non-immigrant O visa. When it comes to requirements for the application of extension of stay, once again, which you'll be doing after you've been granted the initial visa and after you've traveled to Thailand, the requirements for the application of extension of stay are as follows. The extension is what you'll be applying for once in Thailand at a local immigration office, and once again, requirements may change or may vary depending on where in the country you're applying for. But likely you'll be required to show your passport or travel document, plus photocopies of relevant pages, including the photo page, visa, and most recent entry stamp. You'll need the completed application form, which I believe is the TM7. You will once again need a recent passport-sized photo. You're going to need to show your marriage certificate, your Core Raw 3, and marriage registration extract, Core Raw 2. These often need to be certified recently within 30 days, and if you've been married abroad, then you'll need documents that have been translated and legalized. You'll need to prove where you are planning on living together. You'll need your house registration book, tabian ban of where you'll be living, photos of you and your spouse together. With these photos, the requirements again do change from place to place, so it's best to check with your local immigration office of what exactly they'll be expecting from you. Often it's a collection of photographs of you and your wife in your house, in front of your house, and in some of the different rooms around your house. You will also need a house map showing the location of your home, sometimes with directions of how to get there from the immigration office that you're making the application from. And once again, you'll need financial evidence showing at least 40,000 Thai baht of monthly income or 400,000 Thai baht in a Thai bank account, subject to seasoning and maintenance rules. After submitting your application, immigration officers may conduct a home visit to confirm that you and your partner live together and to see that your relationship appears genuine. This doesn't happen to everyone, but is fairly common, especially outside of Bangkok. Since that is a lot of information to remember, I did put that information into a PDF that is free to download from my website, and I'll leave links in the description and the comment section to this video if that's something you would like to try and download. And with all my visa videos, I do make an accompanying blog post on my website, and that is www.benjowalker.com. And once again, I'll leave links in the description of this video. Next, let's talk about the costs of the visa and look at, in a little bit more detail, those financial requirements. Okay, so here's a breakdown of the main costs involved in obtaining and maintaining a marriage-based visa in Thailand. First, we have the visa fees. So the 90-day single entry non-immigrant O visa has a typical cost of 2,000 Thai baht. This is the visa that is applied for at a Thai embassy or consulate before entering Thailand. The fee may vary slightly depending on country you apply in. Then we have the cost of the 1-year extension based on marriage. This has a cost of 1,900 Thai baht. This fee is paid at your local immigration office in Thailand when you make the application for the extension of stay. The final cost to consider when it comes to this visa is potentially a re-entry permit. This is optional but often necessary. A single re-entry costs 1,000 Thai baht and a multiple re-entry stamp costs 3,800 Thai baht. A re-entry permit is required if you want to leave Thailand and return without cancelling your extension. So those are the visa costs. How about we look in a little bit more detail at the financial requirements. To qualify for the marriage visa based extension, you must meet one of the following financial conditions. So option 1 is that you have 400,000 Thai baht in a Thai bank account. Now, when it comes to this money in a savings account, it must be deposited at least 2 months before applying. It must remain at 400,000 Thai baht for the first 3 months after approval, and after that it must not drop below 200,000 Thai baht in the rest of the year. So those requirements are specifically for those of you who are going to be applying for renewal after your first year. Option 2 is 40,000 Thai baht of monthly income that you can prove that you will be receiving. Now, I did read online that some embassies no longer issue income letters and some immigration offices no longer accept them. So sometimes the 400,000 Thai baht method is a more reliable approach, perhaps. When talking about visas, I often like to go over some warnings and considerations, as I like to always prepare for and anticipate problems that may occur. So next, let's go over some of the warnings and considerations when it comes to the marriage visa. As mentioned, I always like to include this section when talking about visas because situations can change, rules can be interpreted differently, and it's important to understand the potential risk before making long-term plans. When it comes to the financial requirements, they must be maintained. If you choose the 400,000 Thai baht method, remember that immigration expects you to maintain the funds according to strict rules. The full 400,000 Thai baht must be in your Thai bank account at least 2 months before applying for the extension. It must be a seasoned amount. After your extension is approved, the balance must remain at 400,000 Thai baht or above for the first 3 months. And for the rest of the year, the balance must not drop below 200,000 Thai baht. If it does, you risk your next extension being refused. And once again, 2 months again before your extension, you'll want to have that balance back up to or above 400,000 Thai baht. This catches many people out, so it's worth planning your finances carefully. On a slightly gloomier note, it's important to remember, I think, that if your relationship ends, then the visa ends also. It's an unfortunate reality, but if a marriage legally ends, the marriage-based extension is no longer valid. Immigration typically gives you 7 to 14 days to arrange different visa type or leave the country. This doesn't mean you should worry unnecessarily, but it's important to understand the consequences. Finally, one more word of consideration is that the visa does not automatically allow you to work. Now, a marriage visa does make it possible to get a work permit, but it does not give you the right to work on its own. You must still apply for and be issued with a work permit before you can legally work in Thailand. Working without a permit can lead to fines, visa cancellation, or other penalties. So now we've covered the potential risks and we've gone over what exactly the marriage visa is, and you're still convinced that this is the right option for you. Let's go over the application process step by step. Step 1 is to apply for the non-immigrant O visa. That is the 90-day visa that you'll be entering the kingdom on. Your first step is to apply for a non-immigrant O visa at a Thai embassy or consulate outside of Thailand. You'll need to provide proof of your marriage, financial evidence, photos, and basic supporting documents. Once approved, you'll receive a 90-day entry visa. Step 2 is to enter Thailand and prepare your extension documents. After arriving in Thailand, begin gathering all the documents required for your 1-year extension. This includes certified marriage documents, your spouse's ID and house book, the TM30 house map, photos together, and financial proof, including a bank letter issued on the day of your application. Step 3 is to apply for the 1-year extension at your local immigration office. Visit your local immigration office with your Thai spouse and submit all your paperwork. You'll have your documents checked, answer a few basic questions, and pay the 1,900 Thai baht fee. Some offices may ask for additional photos or information, and a home visit is possible, especially for first-time applications. Step 4, hopefully, is to receive your extension. Most immigration offices will give you a 30-day consideration stamp after you submit your application. During this period, immigration will review your documents, verify your information, and may conduct a home visit. Once your application is approved, you'll receive a full 1-year extension stamped in your passport. Step 5 is to maintain the visa. After approval, you must keep your visa in good standing. This means reporting your address every 90 days, keeping your financial balance above the required minimum, updating your TM30 if you move, and obtaining a re-entry permit before leaving if you leave Thailand. Why don't we conclude this video talking about visa maintenance? Once your 1-year extension has been improved, there are things that you want to stay on top of in maintaining your visa if you want to be able to successfully renew your visa after the 1-year period. It's important to remember your 90-day reporting. Every 90 days, you must report your current address to immigration. This can be done online, sometimes in person or by mail. Missing a report isn't the end of the world, but it will lead to a fine and can complicate future renewals. Keep in mind that a 90-day count resets every time you leave and re-enter Thailand. Reporting your 90 days of stay means in most cases a trip to a local immigration office, but it is only a 5-minute process. However, after your first, if successful, you are able to do your future 90-day reportings online in some cases, I believe. Don't forget about re-entry permits. If you plan to leave Thailand at any time, you must obtain a re-entry permit before you travel. Without one, your entire 1-year extension is automatically cancelled the moment you leave the country. A single re-entry permit costs 1,000 baht. A multi-re-entry permit is 3,800 baht. Don't forget about your financial maintenance. If you are using the 400,000 Thai baht method, the money must remain untouched for the first 3 months after your extension is approved. After that, your account must not drop below 200,000 Thai baht for the rest of the year. Many people are caught out by this renewal, so it's important to manage your finances carefully. Finally, let's talk about if you change your address. If you move house, you or your landlord must update your TM30. Immigration may refuse future extensions if your address is not properly registered. These are the main things to stay on top of each year. As long as you handle 90-day reporting, financial requirements, re-entry permits, and TM30 updates correctly, maintaining the marriage visa is generally straightforward. And that is basically everything that I know of about the marriage visa for Thailand. I wish you success if you are going through the application process yourself, and a happy stay in Thailand.